Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, the city is teaming up with Los Angeles County on an initiative to combat homelessness.
Then a local dry cleaner is back in business after more than a year of being closed.
Plus, in honor of Black History Month, we sit down with one author who is sharing her great-grandmother's legendary story.
And students across the Torrance Unified School District go head-to-head for the second annual Spelling Bee. We'll tell you who took home the grand prize.
These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. The Torrance Police Department is asking for the community's help in finding a car burglary suspect. This man allegedly stole a parked 2004 Cadillac Escalade from an apartment carport location at 2423 Andreo Avenue. The suspect was seen using an unknown digital device to unlock the vehicle on January 19th around 4:40 in the morning. The man is being described as a white adult male, 30 to 40 years old, with short, dark hair. He was last seen wearing eyeglasses, carrying an unknown device over his left shoulder, and holding a flashlight in his right hand. For more information, you can contact the police department at 310-618-5570.
And the Torrance Police is also searching for an identity theft suspect. On January 25th at around 11:45 a.m., this suspect entered the U.S. Bank located at 2860 Sepulveda Boulevard. That's between Maple and Hickory Avenues. Now, the suspect attempted to withdraw money using the ID of another person. The teller noticed his suspicious behavior and proceeded to ask him security questions, which he was unable to answer. The suspect then told the teller he was going to get his passport from the car, but never returned. The man is described as a white male in his late 30s, about 5'9", medium build with dirty blonde hair. He was last seen wearing a long-sleeve black button-up shirt.
The annual Lunch with Our Leader event with Los Angeles County 4th District Supervisor Don Knabe was a bittersweet one this year. With a packed room, nearly 230 business leaders in Torrance came together for the annual event hosted by the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce. Yearly, it brings together local and county leaders to discuss accomplishments over the year, but this event was different than usual. It was Don Knabe's farewell address speech. Knabe will be finishing off his last term in 10 months. During his speech, he brought to light the recent big push to combat homelessness. He says it is a collaborative initiative that needs to be a priority. Over the past year and a half, 7,000 homeless veterans have been placed in homes. Knabe also talked about two issues close to his heart: his fight against child trafficking, sex trafficking, and his Safe Surrender program, which saves unwanted newborns by allowing mothers to give up their babies with no questions asked within 72 hours of birth. Knabe was first elected to the 4th District seat in 1996. He got emotional as he said his final goodbye to everyone in the room.
Addressing you all as a group, as your supervisor. It's been an honor to work with all of you over the years, from fighting to save the Air Force Base, to supporting small business. You've been incredible partners and supporters of me and my family and my office. I am forever grateful. I thank you for allowing me to represent you. May God bless you. May God bless our troops. And may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
We will have the full story on Tuesday's News Break Live as we talk to Knabe's colleagues.
Well, Torrance is one of many cities teaming up with Los Angeles County to combat homelessness. Mayor Patrick Fury was in attendance at the County Board of Supervisors meeting recently, where funding of nearly $1.9 billion along with a range of strategies were approved to help the homeless population. Some topics included increasing housing subsidies to ways of boosting income of homeless families. There has been nearly a 12% jump in homelessness countywide from 2013 to 2015. The county has 88 cities which will take part in this initiative.
We recognize that it's a problem. Interestingly enough, every city in the county has the same issue, and the county has taken upon themselves to be the leaders, and they should be.
Most recently, Fury took part in a homeless count on foot in the city. Even though the results are not available yet, last year's count by the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority showed that nearly 44,000 county residents are without homes. The county says they spend nearly $1 billion annually to provide medical, mental health, social services, and manpower to assist homeless people. Officials hope to begin phase 1 no later than June 30th, focusing on strategies that will have the most impact in the shortest amount of time. The county plans to use a nearly $1.9 billion over a decade.
Rescue crews have recovered the body and wreckage of the third victim involved in a recent plane crash. Crews from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department have been working to locate the third body after finding wreckage of one plane that was possibly involved in a mid-air collision with another. The recovery was made 2 miles off the Angels Gate area. While the investigation continues, the Sheriff's Department says the second plane, a CitiCABLE, and pilot have been found by the dive team after using sonar devices and remote-operated underwater vehicles. The team dove to the location and utilized flotation devices under the wreckage to bring the aircraft and the female victim to the surface of the ocean. She is being identified by family members as 72-year-old Mary Falstrom, who was a longtime pilot and member of the 99s, an international organization of women pilots. She also volunteered regularly at the Western Museum of Flight in Torrance. The other two victims are said to be two men. One is being identified by St. Lawrence Martyr Catholic Church as Deacon Martin Clement of Redondo Beach. Two separate tail identification numbers were also recovered from the wreckage, which has led investigators to believe that the two planes were involved in the crash. The crash remains under investigation. If you have any information, you can call the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department at 323-881-7800. The Western Museum of Flight says they are planning a public memorial for Mary Falstrom on February 20th at 4 p.m.
A dry cleaning business is serving the South Bay community once again after a fire that left their doors closed for more than a year. Joseph's Cleaners at the corner of Torrance Boulevard and Madrona Avenue is open again. On January 2nd of last year, Joseph's suffered major damage from a fire leading to its closure. The Cleaners had an estimated $750,000 worth of damages, but now with the fresh start, the family-owned and operated business is thrilled to serve their local customers again. They have been located in this plaza for nearly 13 years and serve more than 1,000 regular customers. The owner says he wants to thank the community for the encouragement and helping his business open again in the city he loves so much. Owner Jason Park and his family has been a Torrance resident for more than 20 years. They are located at 3425 Torrance Boulevard. They hope to get things moving in full swing. Joseph's is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. They are also open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and closed on Sundays.
At the most recent City Council meeting, a much debated topic was turned down by city officials. The Community Development Department was urging the City Council to extend the current moratorium that would safeguard historic sites in the city from being demolished and fixed. It would also stop the issuing of building permits. The City Council wants the department to come back to Council on February 23rd with more information. Many officials, along with the public, say the moratorium requested recently is too long. They were asking for an extension that would last an additional 10 months and 15 days to January 11th of next year. This past January, an urgent ordinance was adopted, but is set to expire on February 25th. Documents show that there are 5 building permits and 1 planning application in the process for alterations or demolitions to structures that could be affected by the moratorium. The council will also look at these closer at the next council meeting.
Torrance Unified School District students went head-to-head all in the name of words.
EULOGY.
It was a packed room at the second annual Spelling Bee, which offered plenty of thrills and some fierce competition. 4th and 5th graders from the entire Torrance Unified School District competed against each other for a chance to move on to county and state spelling bee competitions. 44 students from 11 schools participated, which was much bigger than last year that had only 4 schools. The spelling bee is a great event for students to improve their spelling, increase vocabulary, and strengthen their language skills. For the big win, judges asked the final 2 remaining contestants to spell the word baroquely. Victor Elementary School 4th grader Navneeth Muralia took first place.
It was a bit tough for me because I was really nervous in the middle. I thought I might miss a word, but I worked hard and I put all my effort into it.
We hope that this becomes a long-standing tradition in Torrance Unified. Our elementary schools are always thinking of ways to highlight how smart and wonderful our students are, so this is just another opportunity.
Navneeth will move on to represent TUSD at the Los Angeles County Spelling Bee in March. The winner of that spelling bee will then continue to the state competition.
A local Mexican fast food chain temporarily closed all of its locations recently. Chipotle shut down for a nationwide safety meeting, which included nearly 50,000 of its employees. This was a planned closure that took 4 hours. Chipotle live tweeted the event to its 730,000 Twitter followers, and Chipotle employees around the country monitored the meeting through Periscope and Twitter. The purpose of the meeting was to educate employees on how to prevent another E. coli outbreak that sickened about 500 customers last year. One of the new procedures discussed during the meeting was the requirement that employees must wash their hands for a minimum of 20 seconds, following up with hand sanitizer once an hour. The chain also says employees can now stay home from work on paid sick leave for 5 days after their symptoms have gone away. In light of the closures, Chipotle also made sure to take care of their customers by offering free burritos for disrupting their lunches. Torrance has 3 Chipotle locations.
Well, still ahead, a local college kicks off Black History Month events on campus. We will take you there.
Plus, 4 local women are honored for their amazing work.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
One in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The Schweitzer Learning Center in Torrance honored some extraordinary women during their 16th annual South Bay Women of the Year Awards Luncheon. Avisha Scarborough was there and has the story.
I appreciate you all coming and spending time to acknowledge these women. And women have a tendency to not be in the spotlight often as much as men do.
But today, Dr. Fu made sure to shine the spotlight on these 4 women. Awards were presented to Patricia Jones, Ghislaine Davis, Sherry Kramer, and Cynthia Woodruff-Neer for their work in the community.
All the women in this room are breaking the glass ceilings, they're shattering that and doing their best to give to the community in ways that are very unique to being a woman.
The recognition helps to give them a voice and a platform for their causes.
This makes us stand out and be heard. And you know, years ago, I would never have been able to speak in front of a group.
It helps you feel appreciated and grateful and motivated and to do more.
And sometimes showing a little love and appreciation can go a long way.
I remember 6 years old, my mom, bless her soul, used to write P.S. I love you on my little lunch bag. And it always made me feel I was loved.
Making a child feel loved can change their life, a concept that the Schweitzer Center believes in.
The world isn't nice. It wasn't kind to me, but these people were.
Jane was able to overcome severe emotional issues and become a successful massage therapist, something she credits Schweitzer with. Many of the students say that Schweitzer is more than just a school for them.
It's my second home.
As the seeds of compassion are planted in these students' lives, the hope is that they too will make an impact, just like the women who were honored today.
It was wonderful today to see all of these well-deserving women be honored and appreciated for all of their hard work and volunteer efforts in the community. As Dr. Fu said earlier, we are all essential pieces to the puzzle, and it really does take a village to implement the changes that we hope to see. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Thanks, Avisha. The Schweitzer Learning Center assists students from 3rd grade to 22 years old. The center's core curriculum and graduation requirements are identical to public schools.
With February being Black History Month, El Camino College has a line of events throughout the month filled with celebrations. The first event was a Black College Expo where representatives from Black colleges throughout the country came to El Camino College. There were resources that offered information to prospective students about admissions and financial aid. Students also received assistance with college preparation and scholarship opportunities.
I think it's important because some students that may want to go, they don't really know where to go. So if they come here at El Camino, they don't have to go far. They have really good information here.
How some people are raised, they don't really know a lot about different colleges and how to get in. A lot of the scholarship opportunities and money that goes unused, and how easy it is to actually apply if you just go out and do it.
Some other events held this month are the annual African American Read-In and the Taste of Soul Gospel Brunch, to name a few.
And speaking of Black History Month, we uncovered a story of one woman who paved the way for many others in the Hollywood industry. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Hiba Samad tells us more.
At the time, she was considered to be one of the only few non-stereotypical Black comedians, due in large part to her inability to fit the mold of what a Black actress should look or act like.
For Beverly Stelly, it's these vivid memories with her great-grandmother that inspired her to write.
I want people to know the example, first of all, that she was in my life.
In her recently released book, Gone But Not Forgotten, the Florence Lishi O'Brien story, Stelly takes readers back in time to when her great-grandmother pursued her passion for acting.
Hollywood was more geared to, I would say, white America than it was for the Blacks. She did what she had to do to pave the way for other Black actresses in that industry.
Stelly says her grandmother was fortunate to play non-stereotypical Black roles from time to time. O'Brien stole many scenes with her sassy comedic personality. The book describes her as a woman who kept moving forward, even during times of sorrow.
She had, with her first husband, 3 children. They all passed before her. They all died in their 50s. She buried all of them. It did not stop her. She kept going.
She eventually helped pioneer the formation of the Screen Actors Guild that now represents performers worldwide.
Overcoming adversity in life, being a Black woman already, sometimes in this country, was already a strike against her. She overcame that by pursuing, by working hard, even dabbled in real estate, being educated.
An inspiring story that has helped Stelly prosper. For the past 8 years, Stelly has been the catering manager of the DoubleTree Hilton in Torrance, helping make events come to life.
And I'd like to bring some joy and some inspiration into others' lives.
And now with this tribute, Stelly hopes others will remember the path O'Brien has paved for so many.
I hope that it gives them some inspiration not to give up on their dreams, that no matter what the obstacles are, no matter what the skin color, that they can still pursue and they can still get things accomplished in their own lives.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hiba Samad.
Thank you, Hiba. You can find the book at Barnes & Noble and on Amazon.
And a local association that is known to help make New Year's Day extra special hosted its 45th annual dinner. The Torrance Rose Float Association celebrated a great year with some fine dining and camaraderie. It's a chance for volunteers to take a break after working endless hours to get their Torrance Rose Float ready for the big day, as each year, as millions watch the beautiful creation make its way down Colorado Boulevard. The Rose Princesses from Pasadena, along with Torrance Mayor Patrick Fury, attended the event. It's a chance for city leaders, supporters, and volunteers to get a big thank you for all of their hard work.
It's really exciting to know that I worked on that when I'm watching the parade and I see the float come down. And besides, there's a great bunch of people that work on the float.
The float itself promotes the city of Torrance all over the world, and we're very proud to be the ones that carry that banner.
The Torrance Rose Float this year won the Princess Trophy. It's the 6th time the city has won in this category.
A 15-year-old snowboard star from Torrance makes a mark in history. Chloe Kim took home the gold medal at the most recent FIS World Cup snowboard half-pipe competition in Park City, Utah, making her the first woman to land back-to-back 1080s in a single run. Before winning this medal, Kim also had won a gold medal at the X Games in Aspen, making her the youngest athlete to win an X Games gold medal. But these are not her first big winnings. Kim has also pushed forward and has proven age is just a number. That's what I tell everybody, even though she was too young to compete in the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics. Still, she took home a silver medal in the super pipe in the 2014 Winter X Games.
The sun is definitely shining down on the state's solar industry. The state of California's solar industry job growth reached a record level by adding more than 20,000 new jobs in 2015. That's an industry growth increase of 35%. The California Solar Jobs Census Report says that roughly 1 out of 3 employees in the solar industry work in California, meaning that solar employees totaled nearly 75,000 by the end of last year. This makes California the top state for these types of jobs. The spike in jobs is a milestone that has been driven by many solar installations, which brought power to nearly 1.4 million homes. While there's no statistics specifically to Torrance, studies show that in Los Angeles County, nearly 15,000 employees are working in the solar industry. Nationwide, the number of solar industry jobs have increased to almost 209,000 workers.
Many headquartered Torrance car companies are taking the Chicago Auto Show by storm. Toyota released this teaser image of the new Toyota Tacoma that will make its first debut in the Windy City. Honda will also show off one of their newest creations, the 2017 Ridgeline pickup truck. Unlike other midsize pickups, the Ridgeline has a standard front-wheel drive and comes with a crossover four-wheel independent suspension layout. The 2016 Chicago Auto Show is the nation's largest and longest-running auto show. It has 1 million square feet of exhibit space. The auto show will continue through February 21st. Well, still ahead, some events you will want to mark down on your calendars.
And the one and only Colin Kushner has some great sports news.
We'll have that and much more still ahead.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
Well, before we go, we have a few events coming up that you won't want to miss. On February 20th, the North High School will host the 35th annual TUSD College Fair. Students and parents will get the opportunity to speak with representatives from different colleges across the nation. It's free and open to the public. It begins at 10 a.m. and goes until 2 p.m. in North High's main gym, which is located at 3260 West 182nd Street. And the Torrance Police Department will host its annual Coffee with a Cop. It will take place on February 24th from 8 to 10 in the morning. You can join Torrance police officers at Coffee Bean, located at 25345 Crenshaw Boulevard. And before we go, we have a sneak peek at the latest sports desk with Colin Kushner.
That's right, Colin. What do you have for us?
Thanks, Jin and Ben. Welcome to Boom Sauce Land, everyone. We have a jam-packed show once again. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas in February? Nope. It's National Signing Day. You'll hear from some of the top Torrance area athletes as they decide where they will be taking their talents this fall. And of course, I'll get you more highlights from the hardwood, the pitch, and plenty more marinara sauce. Tune in at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on City Cable. Boom Sauce, Jin and Ben, back to you.
Thank you, Colin. You know, he cracks me up.
Love that guy.
He really does. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.